Hello, we are live from New Wales Sulfuric Acid Department. Wanted to share an idea that I had with you as we are all facing this this coronavirus madness and struggling to come to grips with what we're going to do as far as social distancing and limiting interaction and so on and so forth. Aside from what we've already done now. Just had an idea I wanted to throw out. As you may be able to tell, if you're familiar with the area or not, I'm not sure, but this is the area of offices that we have over at the Sulfuric Acid Department. This is the hallway that goes down the side. Currently what we're doing is we have about 10 people in a control room, and we have 4 chiefs, and we have a D-man operator, as well as 4 operators and a supervisor, all operating out of the central control room. And one of the things that the company has decided to do to reduce our interaction with one another is to put the normal shift rotation into upheaval and have people working 7 on, 7 off, and not covering vacancies and so on and so forth. So we're all familiar with that. So I had an idea for, in light of the fact that there's, according to all experts' account, that we can guarantee that there's going to be a second wave in the fall and possibly even another wave of this virus next year around this time. This is probably going to be an on again, off again situation, if not a continuous situation. So rather than committing everybody to working 72-hour weeks at a shot on a mandated basis and not making the greatest relief because we're trying to stand outside and let one crew leave before the other crew comes in, I had an idea that what we could do, we're going to go on a walk here. So if you remember, I said we had 4 chiefs and 1 D-man operator. Those are all the people that need DCS controls to do their jobs right now. And you also have one of the chiefs is a generator chief, but that's part of the 4. Anyway, if you'll notice as we walk down the hall, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offices here that are currently not being occupied or utilized because those folks have been tasked to work from home. My suggestion would be, rather than doing what we're doing now, or at least in addition to what we're doing now, what we could do is we could move, rather than everybody being in one control room together to ensure some social distancing, what we could do is we could move each chief and the D-man operator into their own office. There's a door that can be closed, and we can be completely isolated from one another other than who we're making relief with. This would enable us to effectively go back to a regular schedule, because I think if you pull out a whiteboard and run statistics, which I know you did originally when you decided to move this schedule, you're going to find that would provide mathematically an even greater level of isolation from one another or lack of interaction with each other than this would. And while you're at work, you are not in close proximity with 10 other people. Once the people who are tasked to work from home come back, the non-essentials, that sounds like a horrible thing to say, I don't like to use that word, but once those people do come back to work, we could move out of these offices and back over to the control room if we felt like there was a level of safety, but being that there's going to be a recurring instance of this in all likelihood, and who knows what's coming in the future, my suggestion would be to put them over in the control room at the workstations that we're working in. Everything that they need is already hooked up. Now, this isn't without cost or aggravation whatsoever, but literally the only cost that it would require, the only expenditure it would require is the price to run the cables literally from the control center up through the rafter, down, and drop it into each wall, into each office to run the DCS processes, because it's not currently wired for that right now. So you're literally talking about the cost of the wire. I mean, we have people here that can, you know, we have our own electrician, instrumentation, automation, whoever needs to do it. I mean, simply carrying the computers across the bay and putting them in the office. So literally the only expense that you're looking at is what the cost of the cables would be. We have people here that can do it. It's a job that can be done literally in a day. So it's not a huge time investment. And I don't know what the quotes are, but I would have to say that it would be in orders of magnitude cheaper than hiring medical professionals to stand at the gate and scan everybody's temperature, which we've decided to absorb the cost of. Not criticizing that. We can debate back and forth on how effective that actually is, but I know it's a CDC recommendation. So it's nothing even, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what we're already spending. And it would be a lot. it would reduce a lot of interaction with our employees, where we wouldn't have to worry. We could potentially go back to old schedule, or at least when the second wave hits, not have to revert back to this one, which is burdensome. I'm just going to leave it at that. It'd be a long discussion as to why. And it would be far more effective form of limiting interaction than we are currently employing, just for the price of cable. So just figured I'd throw that out there to you, let you see what you guys think. And they say no good idea, or they say no idea is a bad idea. So if the goal here is to limit interaction, I don't see any better plan than that. Thanks. Bye.